Alrighty, I saw this on the Twitter. The British public's views on immigration in the 70s. In other words, 10 years after the 60s video I uploaded a few days ago. Well, I'll put in my thoughts on it and we'll take it from there.
Big fence in there. We can't go into the locals anymore. They're full up with noisy foreigners and we don't like it.
We
haven't got a place left where we, the English people, can go and enjoy ourselves in this town.
After going through 2 world wars, we should at least have the dignity of being allowed to live with our own kind.
Hearing that elderly couple talk about how the migrants are really loud kind of reminds me of Japan. Japan tends to be a rather quiet and reserved. They don't like talking on subways and things like that. And if I remember correct, that's one of the reasons why they don't like migrants either. Pretty sad. That couple went through 2 world wars. And how are they losing their country? Not by the Germans, but by foreign invaders brought in by the government.
We've no room, we've no jobs, and our poor lads are fighting in Ireland while our own country's being invaded.
The fighting in Ireland she talks about would be the Troubles period, which went from the 60s to the 90s. So, yeah, it's pretty sad. Brits were dying in Ireland while the government brought in foreigners to replace the Brits. It's also strange. She says there's no jobs. Then why is the government bringing in people, I wonder? She also talks about how they have no room. Well, Britain is an island, so space is limited. So again, that's another noodle scratcher. Why would you bring in tens of millions of people?
I mean, the situation we've got now is that you can't find jobs, accommodation in your own towns. I don't come from Bradford. I'm here today to support the Bradford people because they've been left out. They don't get a say in what's going on. They're pushed up here. People are, the coloured people.
So this guy in the 70s says the people don't have a voice. So the people haven't had a voice in like, what, 50 years?
Behind.
What's the problem? All right, I'm a Scotsman. I'm living in London. I've come all the way from London, but I'm a Britisher.
I know this video was from the 70s, but living in London, I sure hope if he's still alive, he's not still living in London.
And I am here, and I feel there is a great problem here in Bradford. I'm not a politician. I'm a working class man. I'm a member of the British public. I spent 11 and a half years in the British forces. I spent it in the Airborne and the SAS, and I'm here now marching for these people. Because to me, we have been sold out all the way along the line by Heath, Wilson and everybody else. And I am not a politician, and I don't want to be interested in politics. Just a member of British politics, British public. That's all.
So again, that's very sad. More than 10 years in the British military, and what does he see? His own government is selling out his country to foreigners. That's just friggin' asinine. Again, how does it make any sense? Like, that lady said that they have no jobs, and yet they're bringing in foreigners. Why? And if anybody hears a siren, yeah, there's a siren going by. Alright, back to the video.
There's too many people in the country, yet they keep letting these immigrants in, knowing very well that the mass majority of the British people are against this immigration.
So this guy says that the vast majority of British people are against the immigration. So how is the government able to get away with it? Simple. The government knew that all these working class people couldn't protest forever because they have to go back to work, so the government just runs out the clock, knowing full well that when the next generation comes in, they'll be more accepting of migrants, and then it'll just get worse and worse and worse for the natives.
We've got enough in Bradford, let's keep them out. We've got enough here. We've got enough over here. We've already got unemployment around this area, and we ought to see them kept out, the rest of them. We can't stand so much. They've brought us too many over, and we are going to stand for it. We're going to fight against it.
A British working man. That's how I describe myself. A British working man, no less, and that's all. I'm just fed up and tired of being pushed from pillar to post. The British people can't get away in where the immigrants can. They get everything laid on the plate for them, they get money laid out for them just when they want it, and we get nothing. Sweet and simple nothing. All I want is the best for my children.
So this guy, if I'm not mistaken, is saying that migrants were getting money handed out for them whenever they needed it. Damn, even in the 70s? The sad part of all this re-immigration stuff that's been going on in Europe, I only started hearing about it 10 years ago? But in actuality, it's been going on for decades. Thank God for the internet. I guess that's why so many governments are trying to censor it.
And my family and my people, that's all I want. Just the best for my people.
Uh-oh, a white man that just wants what's best for his family and people? Can't have that, now can we? Well, wrapping this video up, the most surprising parts for me was the fact that this brainwashing has been going on for decades. More than half a century? And how there were actually British natives that were protesting against the replacement of their people for more than half a century. Well, that's it for my thoughts on this video clip from the past. Take care out there in clown world.